Okay, so the nuclear powered um, spacecraft, uh, the Chinese nuclear powered spacecraft has the radiator engines, right? All about it. But I was thinking, so what happens if a joint blows, or if a weld blows on my copper piping, or if the steam melts the copper and boom, like boom. So now all my steam's shooting out into space, dude, and my rocket is wildly going off course, right? This is an emergency situation. My rocket's wildly going off course, and I've lost all the water for my engine. Now it doesn't come back and flow back into my core, my nuclear core reactor, and that causes the reactor to superheat, melt down, and melt out of my ship. And so my ship, not only does it go wildly off course, but it gets completely destroyed. And so, like, a redundancy system would be such as to put concrete around the outer edge of the vessel, a concrete casing, and this would at least prevent the ship from going off course, right? in case of a leak. Now also, so in this scenario, when a leak occurs, boom, like now all the steam is flowing out within the concrete. You know what I mean? And so it's a redundancy, and I retain all the water, but I still have the problem of the meltdown of the core. And that core, I mean, of course, it's just going to be able to melt right through the concrete. So I have to figure out, like, what I'm going to do with that, or how I'm going to redirect that. So I can have, like, within my copper shell, so here's my radiator on the inside. And another thing, like, so now the gap, that's going to heat up, and that's going to make my radiator less efficient, right? But for a redundancy, like, if I have a concrete shell that's going to catch all the water if the thing blows out, right? So then I want to have some type of emergency dumping mechanism to dump all that water back into it from the concrete shell. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, dude. I mean, the meltdown problem of a nuclear reactor is insane. Like, and for a spaceship, I mean, for the radiator idea, like, I can't really put a shell on the outside of it because it'll heat up the air, and the heat will be held in between the radiator and the outer shell, right? And so it will make my radiator less and less efficient. So my radiator has to be exposed to space. But if I get a hole in my radiator, and that could happen from a million different things, but if a hole blows in my radiator, then that's going to send my ship spinning out of control. You know what I mean? So like it's a dangerous idea. Now, it would work, and it's cool to put a self-contained nuclear power thing like that for electricity onto something. But, dude, like, I don't know. A meltdown would still destroy me. So, I mean, that's the risk to reward scenario.